It's been a minute. Today is FOMC day, where interest rates are released at 2 p.m. and then Chairman Powell speaks at 2:30. Those are when the big moves happen and when the big volume comes through. Before that, in the morning, typically before FOMC, volume is low. There's a lot of manipulation, and it's a tricky market to trade, and a lot of fake outs. So I took two break-even trades this morning. Both were long on ES. As you can see, we've been chopping around this morning before the interest rates are released at 2 p.m. And yeah, because it's such a choppy day, I recognize that FOMC, there's a lot of games that are being played usually in the market. So I went break even when I would usually just hold my stop loss. Ended up being a good idea because we just got chopped up. Ended the day green like $5. So I'm happy I managed my risks. And yeah, let's get into this live trade. I'll show you what I did. Alright, going over my first trade, which was on ES. Here we took the market long. As you can see, there's kind of a head and shoulders here. But looking at the order flow, there was a big sell order that resulted in actually an uptrend, symbolizing sellers getting kind of stuck over here, so I went long. Anyways, to speed it up, it went in our direction pretty quickly. Here, I put my TP just above this high, and you can see over here there's a little bit of supply up here, so I thought it'd be a good area for me to take profit in case sellers step in again for another move lower. The trade is looking good. I'm almost at a 1-to-1, and yeah, felt pretty good about this trade so far. Alright, so we got over 1-to-1 on that trade, and then we came back below my entry right here, about halfway to my stop loss. And the trade started to look good again for another entry. So somewhere here, yep. As you can see, my mouse is over that. Add 5 more. Buyer stepping in again, so I doubled my position. Now 10 contracts long of MES, which is essentially is a full ES contract. And yeah, we're only risking 175 on this trade if stop loss fully hits. And as you can see, right away we bounce right up. There is a 1-hour demand marked way over there that you can't really see, but yeah, the thesis was that I'm taking this long out of a 1-hour demand. Right here, we're at like a pretty much 2-to-1 right now. Really close to getting filled, so I put a limit order to sell half of my contracts at around a 2.5 R, which correlated with VWAP, so I thought it would be a good entry to take half off the table. But we quickly got rejected on that one, and we didn't get filled, unfortunately. Because we went so far in profit and we didn't actually get hit, I moved my stop loss to break even. Because I don't want to lose a trade that I essentially was correct on. Just didn't go high enough for me to take my profit. I wasn't comfortable with my RR, especially with my win percentage usually being under 50%. It's really essential for me to reach an RR at least over 2.5, at least over 2. So here we are, coming down pretty hard, rejecting that VWAP before even touching it. And I basically missed my TP by 1 or 2 points, which is unfortunate, but it happens. And yeah, stopped out for break even. Out on that first trade, down about $7, break even technically. And yeah, I was looking for another entry with the same thesis, 1-hour demand over there, and a big seller over here that got filled on the order flow, symbolizing that he was underwater and would have to cover for a move higher. Here is my second trade. I entered pretty close after that first one. Saw more buyers present, and that seller was still getting filled. So I thought it would be a good place to long that 1-hour demand one more time. 5 contracts again, that's my normal size. Only risking $50 on this trade, so I was pretty comfortable taking this again long. Move my stop loss a little bit lower because the order flow showed a few buy orders over here that I would want to get filled instead of stopping out pretty much. Anyways, this trade worked out in my favor right away again, so my thesis did look fairly well. It just didn't end up working out. As you can see here, we're over a 1-to-1 RR, so the trade was looking good. It looks pretty strong. This is a really full, large candle with significant volume getting bought up. So I really thought this would be a good trade. A few minutes later, after some really boring action, a few minutes of just sideways chop, volume died out. Classic FOMC chop and boredom, basically. So that caused me to raise my stop loss to break even, just a little bit above, so I could end the day break even or slightly green, which I did. Here once again, almost a 2-to-1 RR was achieved at this point, but my TP was all the way up at VWAP because I wanted a 3 or 4 RR. Because my risk was so small, I was able to aim for such a target. Obviously, it looks super strong here. I really thought this would be a winning trade. Just like the last one, though, didn't end up working out. Big rejection here. Pretty much a full engulfing bearish candle. Took that entire full candle out. Very ugly. Never want to see that. As you can see, we got one here, and it ended up in a downtrend. We got one here, and it ended up in an uptrend. Engulfing candles just aren't a good sign. You get one here, end up in an uptrend. You don't want to see an engulfing candle at the bottom or top of a range. Here you see one again, got an uptrend. Yeah, engulfing candles really symbolize like a change in direction. There we go. Got stopped out of that second trade right there. $1 on the day, which I'm happy about. I managed my risk. Took 2 pretty solid trades that were green while I was in them. I don't think I should have ended this day green. I think I did a good job going with my plan and not getting out of a winning trade early. This is why I can aim for such a low win rate, because my RRs are so high. Yeah, RR is actually more important than win rate. Any trader can kind of attest to that, unless you're winning 100% of your trades, which is pretty impossible. Recognize the FOMC games, and here I am locking my account for the day because I don't want to be a part of any of this, and I took 2 losers, or break-evens. Taking a look at the top step, as you can see, we actually had a really big first day on the account yesterday, yielding 1,482 on the account, which is pretty much halfway there to the target profit to get funded. Anyways, broke even today for just a little over $1, and I locked out my account after that. Not sure why it says 3 trades. I only took 2. And our win rate right now is 43%, which actually is good for me because my RR is always over 2.5. As you can see right now, it's 2.7. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Comment below how you traded today. Subscribe to see my journey to see if I get funded on this account and to watch more live trades in the future. Peace.